And our mind is so powerful that if it can create a world in a dream, it can definitely create a Siddha ashram, and Siddhas are there. And I remember in my childhood, I had one of my friend who, after getting up from her dhyana, she would write pages and pages, and like Brahmaji came, and then Vishnu also came, and they were all pouring flowers on my head, and they were worshipping our guru, and 5-6 pages of all these things. And I would wonder, I don't see such stuff, and she's saying, oh my God, so what am I lacking? So I really went into very sad state that I'm not a good sadhak. I don't see all this stuff. She is, and we are both sitting together, knee to knee, together. But one day what happened? As I opened my eyes, it's sometimes very difficult to open your eyes after a deep meditation. And I'm trying to open my eye, and I just, I just looked like this. And she was winking towards me, looking as if I opened eyes or not. Oh my God, that day I understood that she was kind of competing with me. That who opens the eyes first? That was silly, but that was her game. And the more, I explored this whole thing, this came out that, well, mind is very creative. And mind can be very imaginative. And surely there can be some great experiences when you are meditating. But for a Vedantic student, Kundalini or these special experiences are not to be sought after. Rather, they become very big obstacles. Because you will be so busy in that your mind world that when will you arise to this truth that this mind is not you? If this seen visible world is Maya, is Mithya, then what you see in your closed eyes, isn't that Mithya? Isn't that illusion? Now you don't want to see the physical world, but you are going gaga over that subtle world in your, dhyana, what you see. So it's another trap. So this is a warning which a yogi also will give to his or her students, that if you have some good or fantastic experience, don't be stuck with it. Experiences come to go, they won't stay. How does, what is love for a jnani? Jnani doesn't see the love as something different from his or her being. Love is the very embodiment of the jnani. When you say love, you need two people to have love. But in Jnani's perspective, there is non-duality. So there is nobody other than the self. Then who will love whom? Bodies are different, billions of bodies. Minds are different, billions of mind. But the self is one. So in that state of Atman, who will love whom? There is nobody else. Gurur naiva shishya. Chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. So when I see myself as Chidananda, that's what's making me a jnani. Then there is nobody else. Whosoever I see, like different body or different mindset, is nothing but an illusion, because what I see is illusion. And what I am is a non-illusionary. It's a direct encounter of the self. So there's a one self. Like in your body, there are more than 7 trillions of the cells. And there might be equivalent germ cells. Now every germ cell also has a mind, also has a consciousness. So your body is like a colony where trillions of cells are, living cells are functioning, and there are germ cells which are very living. And actually, if you kill all these germ cells, the body will die. So is it you who is living through the body, or is it the body which is giving you space to live through? Now those germ cells and those molecules which are alive, but yet they have their own identity, but yet they are in one unison. Because when you say I, so don't forget this, there are 7 billion cells and 7 billion germ cells. So you are this voice is a representative of the 14 billion cells. So which one is I? So now take this example to the total universe. So for a Jnani, this whole universe is like a one body. That's why Jnani's Jagrat, the waking state, is called the Vaishwanara. He is the one who is indulging into the whole universe, not through one body, but through those billions of bodies of all species and planets and Milky Ways and galaxies. This whole drama is the single body of the Jnani. So there aren't two. So who will love whom? So when you see love or say I am in love, your love is very limited to a body, to a name, to one limited existence of whatsoever, right? But for a Jnani, love is an infinitum expansive. And love is another name of the self, you can say that. It's not a verb that you do, like people say, I love you or I want to love you. It's like you want to do something. And in name of love, like a body is hugging another body, a body is kissing another body, a body is having sex with another body, a body is holding hand of another, and they say, oh, this is love. But Jnani's love is not this one. This is a very physical expression of the love. I'm not saying there's anything wrong in that, but Jnani's perspective is very different. Jnani doesn't see anybody different from his own or her own self. Now his or her are not applicable to a Jnani, so maybe I can use the word it. Now he will say it's for objects. But for a Jnani, this whole universe is just an object, including the body in which this whole drama is being seen. So love is a very different thing for a Jnani. It's not a verb, it's like a noun. Are you getting? It's not a verb, it's a noun. Or maybe you can see it like an adjective. Nothing more than that. Is it helpful for a seeker to have strong conviction that I am Brahman, even if it is just on intellectual plane? Yes, it is very, very good to have this conviction, because I always say this, that I am not body, yet with repeated experience of the body and exposure to the body, you are seeing this body as me, which is wrong, which is illusion. So a lie which has been repeated trillions and trillions of time has become your experience. This is now your truth. But I am Brahm is a truth, it's not a lie. So if lie is repeated so many times has become a truth for you, so if truth is repeated so many times, so truth is going to be, end of the day, become the truth. It is the truth. It is not that we will make you Brahm, or we will put some adhesive to join you with the Brahm, or we will put a knot which will join the Brahm and you. It's not like that. You are Brahm. I am not that is an illusion, is a product of nescience, is product of your darkness. So it is good now. It is called in Vedanta ahangre upasana. Ahangre upasana. Upasana, where you are not worshipping any external Shiva or Vishnu or Guru or somebody, but what you are doing is you are worshipping your own true self. There are no flowers or incense involved in it. It is just the understanding The intellect is being polished. The intellect is turned with viveka into pragya, so that the self reflects upon to the self. So more and more such meditation, not on somebody, but on self, that's called ahangre upasana. I am Brahm, I am Brahm, I am Brahm. It might be odd because how can I be Brahm? Because it seems I am a body. Now this is something which has to be broken. Now that's a lie that you are a body, but this seems truth. And you are Brahm, but that isn't, digestible to you. How can I be? Now when your mind says, how can I be? This means there is huge doubt and a question mark over there. So that question mark needs to be removed by contemplation. That's why it becomes important to listen more and more, more and more. That's why sometime I'm talking about Atma Bodh, sometime I'm talking about Vedanta Sar, sometime about the Gita, sometime about all these various Prakarana Granth. Prakarana means the technical scriptures which are going to make you understand how you are Brahma. So the more you listen, the more you contemplate, so more this stupidity that I am this body, this goes away. This I which you seem to experience, this body I, this mind I, and when this limited I, which is just an illusion, is kind of, we want to make it, go vanish. And what is remainder is the pure self, which is not a product of your thinking or non-thinking. It's always there. It's absolute truth. So it's very important. What is merging of apanavayu into pranavayu and pranavayu into apanavayu? Now this is a technique of pranayam, which involves doing the kumbhaka. Kumbhaka is the retention of the breath. Kumbh means like a pot, like you hold something in a pot like that, the prana is held, or we can say merged. The apana is the downward moving force, and the pranavayu is functioning from your nose to your heart area. So one is going downward, one is working in the upper region of the body. So this is a methodology of retention of the breath. And because if a person is not ready, has not prepared the body properly, then that person cannot practice this. So this is part of the yoga, the Hatha Yoga. So it's a lot of practice is required, purification of the body is required, the nadis should be pure, the breathing should be very synchronized, the mind should be very concentrated. That's why I don't talk about this at any public platform, because it is something which I can only teach to a person who is right in front of me, and then that verbal instructions can be given. But it's not something which can be just, I can speak, what the method is, but what's the use if you are not prepared for it? And there can be some very serious ramifications of doing wrongly. So it should be done under guidance and supervision of the guru. It should not be done on your own. But then I can give another hint. There is a certain part of this kumbhaka which is practiced, but then there is a keval kumbhaka. Keval kumbhaka is that where it's a fruit of all the efforts which you do, and that is a natural suspension of the breath, And inside body, it becomes Antash Kumbhak. As if it's outside body, then it becomes the Bahir Kumbhak. And that Kevali Kumbhak is something which a yogi aspires for. But it takes years and years of practice where you come to this point. Initially, you do it for a very small time. You will be able to retain the breath, and but then time comes, you are an adept. Then this natural suspension of the breath occurs.